Hi my YouTube family, this is Melody from Home Garden and Fashion. Please welcome to Home Garden and Fashion. First of all, I would like to thank you so much to all my subscribers for subscribing to my channel. Please do go to my Facebook fan page and give me a like there. Thank you so much. And many of my viewers have requested to show them this saree again. So I am showing them this saree again and how I made it, and many of my viewers had a question regarding this trim. So I am going to put it on the description box where I got the trim, and that place might not have the trim. So I have seen these trims in similar other stores. I will add that on the description box. And this fabric as well, where I got the fabric, and many of my viewers had a question regarding this glitter dimensional fabric pen. They refer it to glue. I haven't used glue in any of my videos. I have always used this glitter dimensional fabric pen. Initially this was used just to decorate the t-shirt, but I have invented a new purpose for it, which is designing sarees. And with this I use it, I found out that this is just like glue, so I use it as a glue to glue all my sequins and beads. And this is actually many more times better than glue. First of all, in glue I have read many side effects, which is this one doesn't list any. I haven't seen this one any side effects coming from using this. And then other thing I have noticed that this one I can use it and throw it in washer and dryer, the fabrics and the decorated clothes or t-shirts or saree, and nothing happens to it. It comes out the way it went in. So this one is not washable. Many of my subscribers had a question regarding if they have done a decoration with this and it got dried and they didn't like it. So my answer is, if you decorate your saree or any other garments and then you do not like the design, you need to wash it instantly right away with water. And if you have put in the sequins and bead, then you need to put a tray or something and wash on top of it. That way you can strain all your beads and sequins and save them. But please do not let it dry, because once it dries then it's permanent, you cannot take it out. But this really does the job beautifully. It glues the sequins and beads, and those beads and sequins do not come out. So this is very helpful. Then another question was regarding this tool, and this tool you cannot buy anywhere, because this is just a tiny little empty similar kind of dimensional glitter fabric paint container. I use this as a tool because I'm using the tip, and it helps me to pick up the sequins and the beads very quickly. So you can make it yourself, this kind of tool. Just you need something, a tip, a point, a sharp, so you can just pick up with that. Another question was about the sequins and the beads, where I bought it. I'll list the places, the names where you can get the sequins and the beads. Since I'm not working with any store or any company, I cannot name anyone. So it will be just has to be your local arts and crafts store, and you go there and ask them for sequins. So if it's the arts craft store, I'm sure they will have sequins and beads. That's what usually they sell. And the same thing goes with the fabric. You go get it at their local fabric store. And now this one, in my local arts craft store, they don't have it, and I got it from a different store, and I will list that. And then this one I found it on the web, so I will list that where I found it. These are Scqure. So if you Google Scqure trim, then you can find that this kind of trims. This is rainbow color. It's called actually Zirconian crystal. And see, it has a shine like a crystal. And this one is really nice, and I think I saw some places the black one, so I'm thinking I might do a saree with this black trim. And there was a question, how long is the trim they need for doing a saree? In order to put around a saree, you need 9 yards at least, or 10. I have used 9 in this one because the trim came in this kind of trim container, and I use it like 3 of these trim roll, you could say. So I use 3 rolls, which is 9 yards. And another one I have used for my green saree. There was a question for my green saree, the trim where I got it. That also I got it in a store which I will list it in local arts and crafts store, but that was during Christmas time, so I got it after Christmas, 50% off, and it had about 9 or 10 yards. So, and it was very cheap, because after Christmas you get them cheap. But it was wired. This is wired trim for making flowers, Christmas flowers, and I took off the wire, and I have a video on that, so you can watch that video how to take off the wire. So I'm going to talk about this. As you see, I show you the trim. This is the trim I have used, 9 yards of trim, and I have done a little, I put tiny little beads on top of the design. So these are the tiny little beads. They came in a package. They are called seed beads. They're really tiny, like seeds. I have used that one on top. And the sequins came from another trim. What I do is I get a trim, and then I save the sequins. I take it out the sequins from the trim and use it for my design. See, this kind of sequence is kind of hard to find. You cannot find this kind of sequence in a package. So, but you can find a trim which has this long sequence, and you take it out those, or you can find hair bands. I will list where you can find the shiny sequence hairband, and that's a little bit job, but you take out those sequence from them and then you can work on it. So let me show you the design, how to do it, and how many designs are there. I'll set up this for you. So this sari which I am creating, I have few more flowers left. I will be doing, since I got my sequins, I will be doing, I might add some rhinestone to it. So let me show you. Here I have started another design. Hopefully I will finish it someday. This one has sequins, and this one has white rhinestone. So this is from my imagination. I will show you one doing this one of these. And then this whole sari, the body has one sequence, and then there's another flower. So it has about 4 different kinds of flower. If I could get to it. So this is the pallu. Pallu section has the flowers. The whole sari I kept it plain, just one sequence. So you see, this is the biggest. It has 8 rounds, 8 circles, 1 2 3 4 circles, then actually 1 2 3 circles, then the 4 5 6 is went, I gave one gap in the middle, and then the 7th one the same way, and then on top each of these sequence has on top 1 beads. And then this doesn't have the beads on top. This just has 1 2 3 layers, and then 3 layers. There's a gap between one missing. So that's how I did this one. It started just like this, then this, and then the third. So so far there's 4 or 5 designs. I put it in this one. So I'm going to, so this is just from imagination. You draw a line with the chalk, and then you make designs like this, and then you put rhinestone, and then you put your sequences. That's one design. I'm going to show you this big design. And the little design, while doing the big design, I have to go through the little design anyway, then I can reach it to the big one. So when you start decorating a sari or anything, like I told you, you need to put something at the bottom. It has to be something that you're not going to use, because this will get stained by this glitter dimensional fabric paint. Sometimes while doing my video I end up calling it glue, but it's actually glue, but the name is glitter dimensional fabric paint. This is basically for decorating t-shirt, but I have invented a new purpose to making beautiful saris, and these are permanent. So once you decorate it and you dry it for 3 hours, then it's permanent. And I have many Jardosi sarees with sequins and beads, and those are stitched, and the biggest problem I have seen with them, they fall off. But these, they do not fall off, so I like these better because they do not fall off. And this is not glue, because the very strong glues has tons of side effects, so I would not be using them. Most of all my projects you will see all hand stitch. I do not like to use the glue, hot glue or crazy glue or any kind of glue. So I will be doing this one. Since these are done, I will do one of these so you can see. So you put it, set your fabric. When you will be doing it, you will be setting on the ground, just like I show you on my all other videos, like Jardosi sari, the black sari decoration I showed you on the ground. That's how you set it up. So you can do at least 8 or 9 flowers in a day, or maybe more if you have time. And then after you finish doing the flower, please do not move it. Leave it just the way it is for the 5-6 hours, 4 hours minimum, but if you leave longer it's better. Now for this, what we do is let's do this one. So you put this paint is like glue. And this tool is my own invention. This is just a empty paint container. So first you pick up one and you set it, and then you will do circle. So this one, after I put it, this 8 of this is itself a design. You can just use this one as a design all over the sari, and that will look pretty. Now when this is wet, it doesn't look so good. You have to let it dry. When it's dry, then it's very shiny and beautiful. Wet, it looks completely different than when it's dry. And this tool made it possible for me to do it fast. It's better than tweezers. So they see, this is itself one design. Now we can put more round and make it a different design. So this is making another design. Now we have about 3 rounds. I'm going to do 3 rounds and 3 separate one, and then the last one is the just like this round. And when you're doing it, make sure you bring them closer. They look better when they are closer together. It's better if you have a little bowl or little plate instead of keeping directly onto the fabric. You might ruin the fabric. So this is your a little one. This is itself another design. Now we like to make another design where I put this 3 dots. Now I am leaving little bit space in the middle, you see. You see how I'm leaving a little bit space in the middle. So now we're going to put the sequins in this, and then the last one. Now if you feel like little empty, then you can fill it up with a little bit more, but right now I'm going to do this one and see how full it gets. If it feels empty a little bit, then I will add another row to it, but not immediately after I see how it looks. So like this. These are just your own invention, you know, you just go and invent a design, or you can use stencils, and like this you can use stencils and use chalk to make a design and then put it. That will work too. Now this one got little moved. You can see if you have a mistake like this, what you do is you have to instantly fix it. You cannot fix it later, because once it dries there's no chance of fixing it. So instantly fix it. Best thing to do is wash it off or wipe it with a wet cloth right away, and then it will go away, and then you redo it. Water and wet cloth is the way to get rid of it, but do not let it dry. If you let it dry, then you cannot do anything. So now we're going to do the last one. Sometimes you may see like you might have to push it a little bit up and down. You can adjust it, see if it gets too close to each other. But main thing is it's better not to do it out directly into this thing, because you might mess up the fabric. It's better to put in a plate. Now you see this one is little too close. We really didn't need it, this one, but since I have it, I'll just put it. So you just move it around and set it. Now this one is done. Now I'm going to do a side last. For the sides, you go all around, you do not leave any spaces. It gets dry quickly, so you have to keep it close. So side, you get it close, no spaces. We give very little space where you see when you put your sequins, it will be taken up by the sequins. I'm working on a blue saree. Hopefully I will finish it, and then I have to do my purse video by tomorrow. This purse video is going to be very long because of all the decoration. I don't know how many hours it will take to upload this video. So we did this. Since I didn't measure or anything, so it's not so perfect circle, but you can do it if you want, measuring and do a perfect circle. So like this. See, this tool I have created, it just makes you do the job faster. This your sequins come to you faster. I have tried with the tweezer. Tweezer really doesn't work. It makes the work very slow. So you can get a little bit of glue on the tip and just quickly get it. Don't leave this thing and go anywhere, because then your glue will well, I'm saying glue again, is glitter dimensional fabric paint will get dried, and then you won't be able to glue this sequence or bead. This work as a glue. but it's glittery glue. It will glitter, shine. Now see, this is, I was thinking it will get small, but they see how big this circle became. It's really become big. Now we're gonna put seed bead on top of it. Any time you see you have done a little mistake, right away wipe it off, because this is the best time to wipe it off, when it's wet, and when it's dry there is no chance. Now we have done it all. Now I see a little bit empty space, like here I see a little empty space. I'll fill it up with one. So you see, this is done. Now we're going to do seed beads. Seed beads also, you just put some seed beads here. We're going to put one seed beads on top of. See, this one was little bit messed up, so just going to. When you see this is not coming up, so you can put little bit and add another one. That will fix it. I have one laying over here, I see. Just add that one. Okay. Now for the seed bead, what you need to do is add a little drop of this paint on all of this, and then you will add one seed bead to each. So like this, you will be adding one seed bead to each of these. Just a very little. It doesn't, seed beads are so tiny, so you do not need too much of this glitter paint. You add very little. Now you get your tool, and I wouldn't advise to keep the seed beads in the saree because you might stain the saree, so you can get yourself a tiny little cup or something, a plate. If nothing else, your arms. Like this, you will put each one of these sequins a seed bead on top of it. It's a little tedious job, but if you like decorating like the way I do, then you would love it. Some of the sequins I did not put the glitter dimensional paint, so it will be hard to get stuck on those. If you want to stick anything, you need to put little bit of this paint, or these seed beads will not get stuck. It doesn't require too much, but you should not put too little either, because then they will fall off. But these beads have more chances of hanging into this than the actual stitching, because I have seen actual stitching, the beads are coming off. So when you put this glitter paint, you just stick your beads to it, so that way you see the beads everywhere. See, now it looks good with the beads. Okay, so we're done with that. So now you see it's so shiny with the beads and the sequins, and this is why I was telling not to put the beads here, because this gets glittery too. So you use some little tiny little cup or something, keep it here to do your decoration. I think I missed a couple of them and put a couple of extra. I think I'm missing a few here. So you just pick up from this quickly and add it to it. So we're done with this. We have added beads to each and every one of them. So this is how you do the flower. You do the flower and the sequins and the beads on top of it, and then when it dries it will look really pretty. Thank you so much for watching. This is Melody from Home Garden and Fashion. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Please do go to my Facebook fan page and give me a like. I hope you like this video, and I have more other videos coming up on parks decoration. I have decorated this parts, and this was a requested video. I'll do another video on this beautiful Diwali parts. And then I'm working on this blue saree, which I'm using sequins and this blue rhinestone and blue sequins on a blue chiffon saree. So I'll do a video on this. Thank you. Bye bye. Have a great day.